So last Friday, I found out that my grandmother that abused me as a child passed away. I'll let that sink in. And trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. So that's why I haven't gotten to live streaming quite yet. I've just been kind of dealing with that. Processing all that with my mother. I've had a lot of therapy. I feel like I've grieved this person's loss already a long time ago. Because not everybody is perfect. We're all cracked in some way. It's the people who pretend like they're not cracked and that they're better than everybody else because they're not. You know, and there's a lot of people who just want to send people like me to the island of broken toys and write us off as villains or broken people or damaged people. Kind of puts us all on the island of broken toys where a lot of people will try to hide their cracks. They'll try to hide that they're broken. They'll try to hide that they had trauma because they don't want people to shun them off to the island of broken toys with people like me. There's a lot of changes coming, I know. A lot of transitional points are happening, a lot of changes. This is sad, Alisha. What happened?
This is a public service announcement.
I watched this morning, but what happened? Like I said, something's not right. Something hasn't been right for a long time. This is sad and upsetting that people like Remi and Heath and Zane have sucked up your life, that you don't even have the energy to do things for yourself. You're always doing other things with other people, Alisha, but you're never just shining on your own. Like, to the point where, like, Remi's doing vlogmas, but you're not. The queen of vlogmas isn't doing vlogmas. Like I've said, Remi's life's kind of improved, but has Alisha's? She's depressed. She's been disassociating with alcohol all year. Allegedly. What trauma did you go through, Alisha, that you're trying to hide? Being perfect's overrated. I've said that if she stopped doing this highly edited, we have to do something exciting every day, and lots of jump cuts, lots of different things to see in the video. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people like on the unfiltered pod Reddit. Mariah, I know it's you over there with a sock account. I know you think you're helping your husband, but you're making your husband look like a fucking loser because his soon-to-be wife, Mariah's over there with sock accounts. This is sad. I said this last year. I said it last year. She was doing so much crap. She was doing so much crap for, you know, Pretty Basic. And now she's doing stuff for Basically Unfiltered. And now she's not even doing vlogmas because she's so stressed out and burnt out again. How long ago was that burnout, Alisha? We're cycling over again because you are doing the same thing on repeat.
This is a public service announcement.
It's time to break the cycle. Just like I broke the cycle with my trauma and my abuse, okay? I could have just fallen into the same cycle.
Please stand by.
My mom could have done that with me too. You see that? But we broke that generational trauma by getting help and facing that things aren't always perfect.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Bitches.
Maybe you can make it more fun that way. I just feel like, not that I'm dreading to decorate, but I'm like, is this even fun anymore? Like, I'm like, I need to change something, you know, whether it's the content, whether it's just my outlook, whether it's the structure, something, because I'm like, I can do the exact same thing I've done all of the years, but I don't want to be like, day 2, again, I'm getting my tree out. Like, it's like, it feels so repetitive in certain ways.
This is really sad, guys. This is really bad. I don't know if it's because I've had a a weekend or whatever. Yeah, so. I vlogged on Monday, but then I decided I'd re-talk about it because, like, I was in my jammies when I talked and I just felt like it was all over the place. I'm gonna sit on the floor. Frank, why are you crying? I should give him some snackers. Doesn't work with Frank, but. So, while I'm doing this. So last Friday, I found out that my grandmother that abused me as a child passed away. I'll let that sink in. And trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. But I'll let that sink in while I get snackers. But yeah. So I've talked about emotional abuse, trauma. I have 2 people from my childhood that were like that to me. My grandmother, and the other one, you could probably guess who that is. I have one parent, my mom, and I don't have a father around. Add the 2 together, you get the answer, right? Okay. So that kind of makes sense, right? It was my maternal grandmother, so my mom's mom, so it kind of makes sense, you know. When you're raised by someone who's emotionally abusive, a lot of times you don't know that that's what that is. You don't know it's abuse. And you grow up and you end up with a spouse who is the same way because you just didn't know. And that was my poor mother. And, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s and things, we didn't have the internet. There was no site TikTok. Let's see. Let's actually turn this way. Might be a little better. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put my blanket up so you guys can see that sitting there. This will make me feel good about myself. Gotta get this up on the website. Probably wouldn't even be able to see it really. Good enough. Good enough. So yeah. She passed away. I knew she was sick. She's really sick. And we knew she was going to pass away. She got cancer and was very aggressive. And she was the kind of person who was very manipulative. She liked to pit people against each other. She would use people's emotions against them. That's how I know about how people can be empathic but not compassionate. She was a racist bigot, homophobic, which is sick because one of the people she manipulated at the end was gay. But I don't know if they knew that, but anyways, sick, right? Growing up, it was not, the emotional abuse from my grandmother was not noticeable until after my grandfather passed away. I'm just going to be really candid about this. A lot of people in my life know about this. A lot of, where we live is a small town, a small area. If you grew up in the Coachella Valley, you know, and a lot of people around here know kind of what happened with my family. So, my grandfather passed away when I was 12. He had an aneurysm. He had a business, and he basically was the breadwinner of the family, you know, like. And so after he passed away, I felt like my mom does too, that he was the glue that held our family together, and kind of my grandmother's crazy. Because she was always kind of like this and manipulative and causing drama and wanting to go do things and play chess. You know, sometimes I joke about playing chess, but this person would actually play human chess with people, and it was sick. So That's not a pew-pew, that's my air freshener. So she did that with me and my cousins. She did that with her children. She'd do it with her friends. And from what I hear, she was doing it with her caregivers, her neighbors, and the people that were helping take care of her at the end. This person had a lot of family who wanted to love her and take care of her, my grandma. We all wanted to love and take care of her, but she was not nice. She always put us down and then said that we were obligated to her, even though, like, we were, you know, she had this low opinion of some of the things we did or whatever. It was, you know, she had no use for me after I got hurt and I hurt my back when I was 23. That was when she cut me off. And she kind of did that with all of her other children and my cousins as well. As soon as, you know, we didn't agree with all of her bigoted thinking, that, you know how I said I grew up kind of in a household that listened to Fox News all the time? Well, me and my mom, sometimes it was just my mom as a single mother, right? So sometimes we ended up living with my grandma or my grandparents because we didn't have enough money to live on our own. So I got subjected to living with her. You can imagine how that was. And even after me and my mom moved out, she still having me drive her everywhere, doctor's appointments, all these things. And it sounds like, oh, but she just needed rides and stuff like that. No, like, it was purposely trying to take up your time. It was purposely trying to take up your time when you told her, I have a test, I have a science exam, I have this exam coming up. But no, she needs a ride to go get a certain size of lidocaine patches from a certain drugstore, even though you've pointed out the drugstore down the street from her has it. No, she has to go to this CVS in this part of town to get this one from this store because they are different from the other store. You see what I'm saying? Whenever the doctor had a diagnosis that she didn't like, that doctor didn't know what they were talking about. The third, the fourth doctor, the fifth doctor with the same opinion, they all didn't know what they were talking about. It was crazy. So when I was 23, that's when she had no need for me and my mom anymore because I got hurt. And yeah, so she got cancer and she passed away. And even till the end, she was being manipulative, which is crazy. And I think this is just who she was. And what I mean by that is that she was really sick mentally. Even talking to family members from childhood, her siblings, they'd say she was not nice as a kid. She'd make grown men cry as a 4-year-old. She was just not nice at all. I don't know what 4-year-old can make a grown man cry. A grown man who works in the fields and stuff, and crazy. So that happened. So yeah, so that's why I haven't gotten to live streaming quite yet. I've just been kind of dealing with that, processing all that with my mother. I've had a lot of therapy. I feel like I've grieved this person's loss already a long time ago. Like, I went through it a long time ago, the grieving process for that person and my father. Because they were people who, after being in therapy and talking to professionals, and not just one but few, I realized they were not people who were safe to have in my life anymore. And that was just the way it was. And they were people who did not care about anybody's opinion or stance or feelings, nothing. It was all about them. You know, it was all about them. If you had a problem, well, they had the same problem, but a million times worse. And if they can deal with it, you can too. we're not all the same, but so that happened. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. There's a lot of changes coming, I know. A lot of transitional points are happening, a lot of changes, and it is weird to know she's gone, but it also kind of, I'm gonna move you a little closer, feels kind of like an ending and a start of something else, in a way. So, yeah. It was sad. And even in the end, when I heard she was sick, I still kind of wanted to go take care of her. I still had that where I loved her and I wanted to go take care of her. But I also knew it wasn't going to be good for me mentally because of what she put me through. It's even hard for me to say it was abuse sometimes, but the abuse she put me and my family through and stuff. So, yeah. So, that was kind of what happened with me. Kind of explained some of the complex PTSD things I go through, talk about on my channel. You know, I have a lot of mental health disorders, problems. I've been diagnosed with anxiety. I've been diagnosed with depression. I've been diagnosed with PTSD, chronic PTSD. That, all stemming from medical, my accident, and my childhood. I know what it's like to go through those things, and that's why I share them on my channel, because a lot of people go through those things, and I know I felt alone in it for a long time, and hearing that other people deal with it and talk about it and normalize talking about it helps. It's kind of why I don't like when I hear people talk about trauma dumping, because not all talking about trauma is trauma dumping. When you go through severe trauma or you go through abuse like that, it changes who you are as a person. You can't stay the same person as you were. You change. And sometimes that's hard for people around you to understand. And sometimes it's hard for people to understand that you are who you are because of your trauma. That some of us are scarred permanently from trauma. And part of accepting a person is also accepting their trauma and who it makes them today. And not a lot of people can accept that. You know, that's why I feel like we villainize people. Like, okay, like, people villainize Kendrick Lamar all the time, you know? Like, oh my God, he was so mean to Drake and everything, and this is because he's a broken person. He said that, he's broken. It's like, yeah, but some of the most interesting, best people to learn from are. And sometimes those are the best people to be friends with, because you know what you're getting into. It's the perfect people. It's the people who are perfect. Because not everybody is perfect. We're all cracked in some way. It's the people who pretend like they're not cracked and that they're better than everybody else because they're not. You know, and there's a lot of people who just want to send people like me to the island of broken toys and write us off as villains or broken people or damaged people. You've heard of damaged people are dangerous, right? Don't mess with someone who has scars. They know they can survive. Don't mess with someone who doesn't have anything to lose. Kind of puts us all on the island of broken toys, where a lot of people will try to hide their cracks. They'll try to hide that they're broken. They'll try to hide that they had trauma because they don't want people to shun them off to the island of broken toys with people like me. But the good thing is that there are going to be people like me who get it and understand. So That was just my point with all that. We're not all broken beyond repair, and I can hear people outside, but yeah, so. This is sad, Alisha. What happened? I watched this morning, but what happened? Like I said, something's not right. Something hasn't been right for a long time. This is sad and upsetting that people like Remi and Heath and Zane have sucked up your life, that you don't even have the energy to do things for yourself. You're always doing other things with other people, Alisha, but you're never just shining on your own. Like, to the point where, like, Remi's doing vlogmas, but you're not. The queen of vlogmas isn't doing vlogmas. Like I've said, Remi's life's kind of improved, but has Alisha's? She's depressed. She's been disassociating with alcohol all year, allegedly. What trauma did you go through, Alisha, that you're trying to hide? Being perfect's overrated. I've said that if she stopped doing this highly edited, we have to do something exciting every day, and lots of jump cuts, lots of different things to see in the video. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people, like on the Unfiltered Pod Reddit. Mariah, I know it's you over there with a sock account. I know you think you're helping your husband, but you're making your husband look like a fucking loser, because his soon-to-be wife, Mariah's over there with sock accounts. Girl. I need a sip of coffee for that. Which, check this out. She might have had that cup for me, I don't know, but this one was free. I got this free. Not in PR. Patrick got it at work. Yeah, my nose. Allergies! Oh my god, they've been so bad, but this is sad. I said this last year. I said it last year. She was doing so much crap. She was doing so much crap for, you know, Pretty Basic, and now she's doing stuff for Basically Unfiltered, and now she's not even doing vlogmas because she's so stressed out and burnt out again. How long ago was that burnout, Alisha? We're cycling over again because you are doing the same thing on repeat. It's time to break the cycle, just like I broke the cycle with my trauma and my abuse, okay? I could have just fallen into the same cycle. My mom could have done that with me too. You see that? But we broke that generational trauma by getting help and facing that things aren't always perfect. That was also part of the thing too, was that my grandma wanted to make it look like her family was perfect when it was not perfect at all. It was, when you try to make something look perfect, in my experience, the more fucked it is on the inside. That's how I knew things haven't been right for years. But I'm just reaching, right? Just reaching. Speaking of reaching, I ordered samples. Guys, so we got this coming. Always reaching for the stars. Morning, extremely creative. You can too at Desert Mermaid Food and Liquor, located in the Coachella Valley next to the windmills, or at desertmermaid.com. Look at this shit. So this is going to be a blanket, kind of like, it's that same blanket, but it's going to be checkered. I know I was talking about checkered and chess and stuff, but yeah, so it's going to have, it's going to be my colors kind of ombreed with white because the back is white. And so it's going to have the mermaid. And then it says Desert Mermaid there in the corner. And then that's a mock-up. Ah! This is a Sherpa one. I have never gotten this before as a sample, but they had a Sherpa blanket, so I did it in like beige and black. So this is the back of it, is this beige. So I did it the same beige. We'll see how it comes out. And then villain mode activated. So I got a red sample coming. It's gonna be like bubbled, so I did the horns and then villain mode activated. Spelled right. Yes, so. Woo woo! So that's what we're doing. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Let me know in the comments. And remember, purple hearts in the comments for all of the soldiers from the Unfiltered podcast who don't make it. Look guys, there's gonna be a rocket launch. I know, I sucked today at vlogging. I just hung around. Yeah, I worked on shit. Yeah. Watch the YouTubes, just, yeah. Like I said, after, you know, I just been kind of
T-minus 11 minutes, 25
taking care of myself a little bit and whatnot. But yeah, we're getting back to it. So yeah, look at the rocket launch. It's in 11 minutes. I might try and go out and see it. I know. It's, okay, I'm really lazy. Okay, we live in an apartment complex, so let me turn this down. After I take my bra off, guys, like, I don't want to put a bra back on to go back outside, right? Thank God for baggy-ass sweaters, right? Because you can put a baggy-ass sweater, like, and if you gotta run out to the car, or you gotta run over to the mailbox, or you gotta run out, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna run outside, I'm gonna put a big-ass baggy sweater on and go outside and see the rocket launch. Yeah. Yeah, I hope I can see it. That would be really, really cool. They said it's clear, so we should be able to see it, but it's the 8th time they've used this booster. Can you imagine, like, before they used to only be able to use them once? Oh, look, there's someone in the chat who says, I'm in Palm Springs. Should I be looking southwest direction? Yes, you should be looking, like, southwest, I think. Pretty cool. Yes, we're gonna see it. Crazy. Yes, and Patrick's home. He got me Dairy Queen. We can celebrate after the rocket launch. Whoop whoop.
Hey guys.
Yeah, he had to work late. He had a presentation, but who cares? No one cares about that shit. You know, whatever. His job's just whatever, you know. Degrees and shit, you know.
Yes, Heidi probably knew this, but I am also an alumnus of Northwestern University. Mascot there.
Yeah.
Of course, wow.
Rocket launch, Dairy Queen. One of those days, right? Right? Right?
Definitely one of those days.
It's okay though. It's okay to have a day. It's okay to have a day. It's okay to have 2 days. It's okay to have a week, a month, a year, but you can't stay there forever. Remember that. It's okay to have a moment, but you can't stay there forever because things are always changing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Well, that's we just so
Yeah, prime example. That would have been a, oh, you know, let's just not upload it, but we're like, let's just put it out there.
put it out there. Let the world see it.
It is. And that is on patreon.com/basicallyunfiltered. Go subscribe, go follow. Oh, also it's free too if you want to chat. We like hop in there. Free shit in there.
Yeah, talk shit on there, and also we're giving away little
Oh,
perks like, you know.
you do what on there, Zane? Huh? Huh?
Just posted photos of us in there.
What do you guys do over there, huh? Huh? What do you guys do over in your Patreon? What was that saying?
We like hop in there. Free shit in there.
Yeah, talk shit on there, and also we're giving away little
So, How is that? I'm reaching again, guys? Huh? Soldiers over from the Unfiltered Pod Reddit. Yeah. Yeah. Next day. I know. Next day. Ugh, I just hung out yesterday. Worked on art. I'm not feeling good today, guys. I started my period. I don't care if that's TMI. I'm not feeling good. So yeah, I'm just like hanging out and trying to motivate myself to do laundry. Once I get on top of the back pain, which it seems like it gets a little better, and then it just, I get back cramps. Usually when I'm on my period, it's not just like cramping and stuff. It irritates the disc in my back. Like, I've even asked my doctors about it. And they say, yeah, like, if you have problems, you know, like, or it's going to irritate the nerves and the discs and stuff like that. So, the cramping. And so, I can feel, like, the disc. And, yeah, it's not fun. So, yeah. So, I'm just, like, hanging out. So, yeah, Jake Paul's going to get knocked the fuck out this Friday. Tomorrow. So, I've been watching clips on that and people's opinions and... He's gonna get, you know that scene in Friday? That's what it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Debo. Philip, do you need help? Hold on. Sorry about that. Philip was sneezing. Got my hairband. And waking up. And I wanted to get him situated, make sure he was fine. So, hi, Timmy. Timmy came over. Hi. Hi, he's a good boy, yes. So yeah, just trying to get with it, which I know, look at the time, I mean, really, like, I know, I haven't started the live streaming yet. I am going to be going out of town here soon, so something tells me I might wait until after to get on a schedule with that. I might set it up and stuff when we can do some streaming days, but, like, actually get on a streaming schedule after that. So yeah, I know, it's just after, you know, my grandma passing away, which is weird because of the relationship I had with her and what we talked about, and now I'm not feeling good. It's just like, it's okay. Sometimes it's like you do what you can. So, like, there's lots of it. Like I said, I've set it up to where I'm never just sitting here. There's always something. And I've made it so they're things that fit in with my life. And they're, like, they're easy, you know? I make them so... I try to make things easy for myself so they're not something I procrastinate on, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes when you procrastinate on something, it makes it worse. And I am one of those people, and I've talked about this in my other videos, a wall of awful. I talked about this a long time ago on a sushi, and if I remember, I'll link the video from this girl. She has ADHD. I can't remember the name. How to ADHD. Philip, hold on. You okay? You okay? Say hi. You want to sit by me so if you need assistance, I'm right here? Yeah? Aw, you're going to vlog with me? Good boy. Sit right here. I have a little, like, they call them warming pads. They're like these little pads for dogs and cats. So I have them sitting over there. So yeah. I can't remember. I think it's How to ADHD. It's like it's a big channel. And she's got videos just on, like, her experience with ADHD and how to deal with it and just all kinds of shit. She even had where she was talking about how it was hard for her to get one of her meds for ADHD and the stigma around the med, which I remember a few years ago I really related to just because I've been on pain medications, and for me, I do procrastinate on a lot of things sometimes because of the pain aspect and stuff, and I will build up a wall of awful, like this girl's talked about. And so, one of the things she talked about is this wall of awful and how you can do small things to help chisel away the wall, or one of the things she says is trying not to procrastinate on things, because then you can build a wall of awful, and it'll make it harder to do things the longer you wait on it, which is something for me. So, and I used to do that a lot with anxiety. I would procrastinate on things or build up a wall of awful because I had anxiety built around it. Mainly, I do that with my doctor's appointments. I will build up a wall of awful around doctor's appointments because of my PTSD and anxiety and stuff. So, some of those tools were really helpful. If I remember, I'll link her channel below. But she talks about how to, you know, all these things you can do to help function with ADHD so that you can be a little more productive. Because I know for me, like I said, I'm able to still be productive even though, like, I'm having a bad pain day. And I've learned how I can tailor my life so if I'm having a day where I have a lot of pain and it's hard for me to focus, I still have art. And I'm doing I'm doing a blanket design, right, for my shop. Or I've set up the live stream so, like, I can live stream and not be on camera. And I can still do that, and then I can vape. And I can still live stream and stuff, and I'm setting that up. And it'll make it a little easier with reacting as well. Plus, sometimes it's just fun to have people to talk to about the content. Or people to tell you you're reaching or obsessed about the content. All opinions are welcome. As long as they don't break TOS. You know, I got art on here. For a while, I was doing that project for, like, the client. And then, I can be doing research for my streams as well. My vlogging, I fit it in to where I don't care about the way my life looks to people. I don't care if people judge my life. Like, when I was in that civil lawsuit, I had a jury. Philip, sneezing. Do you have a cold? Did you catch your brother's cold? He's fine. He's fine. This happens when he wakes up. He gets sneezy and stuff like that. Cats. Anyway, so, the vlogging, I don't care about how my life looks. And I'm not doing a million jump cuts. This isn't a reality show where, we're gonna have Bravo cut all the dead space off on the cutting board floor and throw in like a voice. You know how they'll throw in the voices and stuff? You know, and have a confessional. This isn't a reality show, okay? This is real life. You know, it was one of the reasons why I liked watching vlogs and stuff. And yeah, there's, you know, a lot of people have gotten accustomed to these highly edited vlogs, but that's not here, okay? There are people who love watching Peter Mon, who just sits on his porch and talks about his day, which I like because it feels like a friend is calling me at the end of the day. His porch is cozy to me. It's so cozy how, like, he's sitting there and the neighbor's walking up. It makes me feel like I'm sitting there on the porch with Peter and the neighbor's walking up and we're just sitting out there. I usually have a Diet Coke because he has a Diet Coke and that's how I got into it. It's nice. It's nice. And a lot of people watch vlogs for comfort. They don't watch vlogs for this highly edited Oscar bullshit. Vlogs, they just watch vlogs. You know, some days are not gonna be exciting. Some days are gonna be boring. Some days are not gonna have a lot going on. And I remember hearing people years ago saying that was what would ultimately be the killer of their channel. Yeah, like 5 years ago, I remember people quitting YouTube, and they said when they had to start coming up with bits for their vlogs was when they knew it was time to quit. When they had to come up with shit to do on the vlog and stuff. And now, it's one thing when it's like me who's like, hey, having to vlog actually gets me to want to go do stuff and get out of the house. For me. Right? But if you're sitting here going, man, I got like 5 million, 3 million people who are subscribed to me, what do they want to see? You know, they're going to want to see me do X, Y, Z and this crazy shit now. Think about, hey, well, it'd be nice if, you know, for the vlog we got out today. I've kind of been wanting to do this. Well, that would be cool to shoot for the vlog. I think people might want to see that. Or I'll just name it this really fun name, you know, that's having to do with, you know, some joke about me and my subscribers, you know, like nothing, it doesn't always have to hit the algorithm. Sometimes people might click on it because it sounds interesting to them. Just thoughts. But if I remember, I'll link that below. Can you hear my allergies? Yeah. I should open the window, but it's nice out. Let's see. Actually, I should check my... I stand up and I'm like, wait a minute, check the weather first. I think it's supposed to be nice today. Oh, it's 80. I think I'm going to wait a little bit until it starts to cool down this afternoon. This is a little too hot for me, guys. I know, that sounds like a princess thing saying it's 80 degrees, it's hot. Ah! I'm not editing that out, we all cough, goddammit, but... So, yeah. You know, it's just figuring out how to work around things so they work for you. Just because somebody else's schedule is like, they get up and they go to, what is it? What is something I used to see people do that was crazy in the morning? Well, I used to go to the gym at 3 a.m. with Patrick when I was in my 20s. That was actually, I liked that. I liked getting up before everybody. I wish I could do that. My back just doesn't fucking like that. My body just doesn't like it. But I will be getting back there someday. Goals, right? I've been saying that for years, but we'll get there, right? What is it? It's not like I'm someone who gets up and goes to like boot camp class or CrossFit or some shit and then comes home and gets ready and goes to a job all day and gets off and then picks up the kids and takes them to all these practices and then we all don't get home till 10 o'clock. You know, that's not for everybody. Not everybody is, sorry, my shoulders hurt. Not everybody is made for that kind of lifestyle, right? It's good to, if you guys are sitting there with me, stretch out your arms. It's good to stretch. It's good to stretch. But yeah, it's not for everybody. That kind of life isn't for everybody. For some people, living a quiet life with not a lot of stuff, not doing a lot of stuff without the glitz and glam and all that is actually less stressful. A lot of people just don't know it because they've been taught that you should want to have all these expensive things and that's the goal. But if you really sit down and think about what do you want, not what other people want to see you want, but what do you want? Yeah. So, what do you want? And that was something after I got, when I was talking about the person in my life, I started thinking about me and what do I want? And not about how do I need to tailor myself so I don't get barked at by this person. Right? Yeah. Crazy, right? So, I'm going to work on some art and stuff. Maybe listen to more Basically Unfiltered. Go work on this vlog. Probably go work on editing. Probably be a good idea. Getting stuff up for live streaming. Probably be another good idea. Raw.
I'm so hungry and I am close to home, but I also really want a snack right now. And I saw this girl on TikTok and I was like, wait, she's so talking about how
Oh my god.
like random, you know, girl dinner.
Oh.
Like a bunch of random stuff, standing in the pantry, eating a bunch of random stuff, which I was like,
No. Was that gorl Amberlyn Reid? Was that Amber? Oh my god. You know what, if you're from Gorl, you know what this is. You know what's going on here. Hi, welcome to another day, I know. I need to finish this, and here I am to finish this, but here's Remi having a shrimp fucking mukbang in her car This is little girl's world. Instead of having a shrimp mukbang in her apartment while Becky's depressed in the other room, she's doing it in her car in the Costco parking lot. Yeah. Sound effects. Welcome. So, I came on to end this. Yeah. People are doing some shit, right? This is little girl's world here, so I am setting up streaming for this. This is some shit. Break the cycle, Remi, before it's too goddamn late. You're making me take the Lord's name in vain because you are going full crash out mode and being like Lynne Reid. Welcome to little girl's world, guys. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. So we're going to be breaking the cycle. As always, I'm sending you guys lots of love. Thanks for listening to the first part of my vlog. I know it was a lot, but it was nice to kind of talk to you guys about it. We're moving forward into the future to good things, so I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys have fun doing whatever you're going to do. I love you, and I will link the ADHD things that I use for when I can't focus like I can't right now. So, I love you. I'll see you in the next one.